Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another video on Lowe's Trades. My name is Lowe's. I trade everything freaking Forex. It's been a minute. It's been a couple days since I posted 4 days. I was recently out of town and not on my setup. I was watching the markets, but I was not executing at all because, like I said, I was not on my setup. I don't usually trade well when I'm not in my setup. But I'm back with it. Today is November 2nd, Tuesday. And we're back at it again with these FTML things. I mean, we've been kind of running up some views here. Okay, slight little views, but like I said, give these videos a watch. These videos provide a lot of value. And yeah, man, let's get it right into it. So first thing we're gonna do today, we're gonna check the news here today. So a lot of news happened early. No news today for us. No news for USD. No, at least red folder news. So that's good. Let's do our analysis here on TradingView. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna leave that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. Wow, look at freaking GJ, dude. Wow. And I was thinking of actually putting a sell limit here too. If I would have put a sell limit here, how much? 100 pips. Amazing, dude. Yeah, because this is the daily. Previous daily closed like this, then the next daily broke the low, now it's continuing to go down. Wow, yep, that was a nice ass trade. Not going to lie. Alright, so here I have some analysis, just marking out pretty big zones or whatnot. Usually, weekly highs right here. And then we have this strong rejection zone, on the daily, on the lower time frames as well. Alright, so the previous week, let's go down to the 4 hour better. Previous week, right, we were bouncing between this range. We were bouncing off this level continuously, not being able to break it. At one point, these candles were bears, but closed right above. Close bears, and then yesterday around the afternoon time, so not even during volume time, it broke. It broke, and I guess with volume, you know, Asian session volume and London session volume, it just continued going further down. So I had this level marked over here, but I guess it just ran straight through it, at least on the 4 hour. Yeah, it just ran straight through it and rejected it here, then just basically, like I said, ran straight through it. That's awesome. That's really awesome. So now that price is doing this, right? So what we see, we're here on the 1 hour, right? Let's mark off our previous form of resistance, which is right here, obviously. Make this a nice little neater. And our previous form of support, which is right here. Or I wouldn't say recent, but I mean previous. I would say recent form of support, recent form of resistance, right? So now that we have those levels marked off, right, we gotta see what ranges we want to trade in. Alright, so this is a pretty good range. Let's see how many pips this is. 30 pip range, perhaps a 40, a 50 pip range, a 70 pip range if it does decide to come all the way back up here, which isn't likely, but you never know, right? So, and then we're gonna put buys above. All right, and then since we don't see like a resistance for an example, so obviously if we were to take buys, right, we would take buys as soon as it breaks 150 155.270, and then put our TP right here because this is low support, low rejection area, and resistance as well. So it's just common sense. Right, but since we don't see this going towards the downside, we have to look left, right? We have to look left. So if we look left, it's a little hard to see. Is there already a rejection? It looks like it's already in a little rejection area right over here. Kind of gets hard to take sales, especially in the lower time frames. I mean, on the higher time frames. Oh, even on the higher time frames. Yeah, it already looks like it's at a rejection area. You know what? I feel like we should just. I'm probably gonna mark this down right here. The bottom of this rejection area, I guess you could say. Ah, man, it just makes it tough because we have so many. We have so many. So we have one right here. I know that. I think that's a good area to mark down. We have another one over here. Extend right. And then we have another one over. Alright, cool. Right, and now let's measure these ranges. Right, so let's go like here. So if we do break the support, alright, if we do happen to break this support, which is very likely because we're in a very bearish environment, we are going to take sales below. Right, and then let's measure this range. This range is a 24 pip range, not bad. This range is a better range, 30 pips. So it's good. It's good. Alright, so now that we have that listed, I mean we could take down a look on the 30-minute, which perhaps the same thing. So yeah. This is what we're gonna look at. Let's put our alerts. Add an alert. Add an alert. We could put GBP, GPY, buys. Save. Can I click on it? GBP, GPY, sells. Alright, so just to give you guys my overall bias for today, I am just extremely bearish. Extremely bearish. Um, it has moved down a lot. That is one thing I would say, that it has moved down a lot, and maybe we're gonna get a retracement. So maybe we're gonna be stuck in the retracement for New York session, and maybe NYSE is gonna continue pushing it down. Um, but just extremely bearish. I mean, I don't even think I have to explain to you guys, right? Broke market structure the moment that we broke 156, right? We broke market structure the moment that we broke 156, right? At least on the 4 hour. The daily is coming down, right? The daily is coming down. I believe it should come down eventually. It should come down to 153.82 eventually. I don't know if that's gonna happen today or whatever the case is, but that's something to watch out for sure. And yeah, that's really it. I mean, so let's go here on gold. So like I said, I already have some major zones already marked out because they're major zones. You guys can see the rejections here, the rejections here, all these rejections right here. Let's get this out of here. All right, this is on the daily. So what I see here on gold is a little bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky. It's sort of like a downtrend, really. This high was never able to reach to this high, rejecting this level, this rejection zone that I marked out here. Monthly is kind of just ranging. Not really good to look at the monthly, daily. It's hard for me to dictate market structure because obviously we see this, right? If we draw a trend line, we see this, right? But we also see something like this on a daily, So it's like a little difficult. Kind of, I guess, price is coming into this wedge formation, and we're gonna see if it, breaks below, retest, and then continues going down, or breaks above, retest, and then continues going up. But I feel like that's the market structure we're kind of in. We're sort of like in a going towards a consolidation market. Because if you see the daily is just printing side by side, right? The daily is just printing side by side recently. So maybe we're gonna be, maybe we're gonna be just ranging until NFP because we do have NFP Friday. Oh man, we do have NFP Friday. So maybe we're just gonna be ranging until NFP time. For now, we're gonna see what we can catch. So Here on the 4 hour, it looks like we're sort of ranging here on the 4 hour. Let me fix this. All right, ranging here on the 4 hour. I got a resistance marked down here. Okay, so that's the top of the range, and then coming down towards the bottom of the range. Sorry about I'm freaking anal about this. There we go. Top of the range, bottom of the range. Uh, really just waiting for a breakout here. We're looking at the 1 hour, waiting for a breakout. I had a really good move yesterday. I was watching this move. If you guys see, I don't have my pen tools brought up, but let's just put this line right here. All right, price was rejecting this resistance throughout London, Asian, and then coming up to New York, we rejected even more. But then this candle started to break above, right? This candle and all these other wicks, and then it continued going up. Obviously, before friggin' 9 o'clock, NYSE candle came back, grabbed liquidity to continue going up. But that's normal. Pretty good move there. So, like I was saying, we do have. I feel like we're waiting for a breakout here, which I guess is gonna happen now. Makes sense for it to for sales. Oh, there it is. There it is. Wow, that is gold for you guys. 15 minute just opened, literally. Nah, I don't think it's gonna come back. Yeah, I think it's just gonna continue going. Makes it tricky because there is these rejections right here, at least in the one, yeah, the 1 hour. There's these rejections. Um, yeah, it should come down all the way to this level. You see how I have no FOMO? Like new traders would see this drop and they'll like already be getting their phones out or their MetaTraders out, and then having a freaking heart attack because it's already dropping down. Like no, this is just gold setting up for a better opportunity for me, right? So if gold, because we're looking at the 1 hour, right? Let's see if we could um get my pen over here. Epic pen. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is what I see on gold. Let's change our color to take this red. All right, if the 1 hour is closing like this, all right, let's say for example it closes right here. I'm expecting this next 1 hour to come up, wick up, right, reject this, and then the moment that it starts to break the previous low right here, all right, do something like this, and then continue going down to wherever it needs to go. All right, so the wick up, and then the continuation. All right, simple, no FOMO, no nothing. But yeah, I should continue going down here, or maybe to this resistance right here, the 1786, perhaps. Never know. We're expecting it to come down towards this level. The 4 hour already broke below all previous 4 hour wicks. So I feel like we're in a bearish environment now, especially because look at this. Look at this. Right? Look at this. Sort of a bearish channel here forming on the 4 hour. Uh, so yeah, really just gotta wait now. Gotta wait. New York session is in 12 minutes. No news today. No, you know, nothing too major. Just patience, 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 patience. Let's look at our terminal. We are down, I think 1%. Yeah, we're down 1% on the account. Nothing, literally nothing at all. So let's see if today we can recover some profits and hopefully eventually get back into, um, get out of drawdown and get back into profits. So I'll catch you guys in a minute. All right, guys, it is officially New York session now. New York. All right, guys, New York session officially just opened. Why did I say it officially? But it's 8:01 in the morning, and we have New York session. So obviously here, as you guys can see, gold is coming all the way down. But as I said, this is just probably a better opportunity for it to, give me a. It's happening to make this move. It's just doing a better opportunity to give me an opportunity, I guess, if that makes sense. Whatever the case is, but sort of concerned because it did close above this resistance or this support. Sorry, guys, I'm a little rusty. It did close above this support. However, if this 1 hour candle proceeds to break down, as you guys can see, not there. I do have my thing ready here. It might be a big stop loss. Let's see. From top of this wick all the way, it's like a 30 pip stop. We could use start off the day. We could use what? 30 pip. Like a 3 lot. I would say 3 lot would be ideal. If it does break this wick, it should continue going down. Honestly. And it looks like it has a lot of volume towards the downside, so we're gonna wait and see. Because a 30 pip stop is equivalent to a $900, almost $1,000 loss. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, like I said, it also makes sense for it to continue going down. If it breaks this low, it makes sense for it to continue going down towards the downside, right? Because here on they're like different. It's like really different here. Um, yeah, it breaks a low. And really quickly, this is what happened on GJ. GJ friggin' went up the last 4 minutes of the hour and literally just took off. I mean, looking at the 1 hour, this was a pretty good trade, if I'm being honest. 28 pips in total, like almost 40 pips, and literally a couple of minutes. 30 minute, what the 30 minute did is sort of a liquidity grab towards the downside, and as soon as it broke this high, could have taken a buy and could have gotten really good profits here. Now it's rejecting the zone. If it closes above the zone, we'll take buys and we'll go from there. But yeah, just waiting here. If I do decide to take this entry, I will show you guys either live or literally right after I take the entry. But this is what I'm looking for. Looking for a close on GJ above the zone if we're going to continue going up. Or actually either a close above or like a close below to catch the pullback towards the downside, right? Because it makes sense because we're in a bearish environment taking sales. I don't know. We'll see. Come on, man, get the freak out of my way. Or like I said, this gold continuing to break this low and continue to go down. So we'll see. All right, guys. Here currently in this gold trade, gold sells, expecting price to continue to move further down. Yeah, really. So what I seen, as you guys were seeing, gold really just continued going all the way up, all the way up, and for it to flip bearish, continue coming down to break the low, the previous low, that just means this was a huge liquidity gap towards the downside. Even though we are retracing a lot here, I'm just gonna trust it really. A little tough because it is retracing a lot. But expecting these next 5 minute candles to perhaps do their stuff, do their thing. Um, yeah, expecting this to continue going down. Like I said, huge liquidity grab to the upside. 4 hours is bearish. Daily is pretty bearish. Everything is showing me bearish momentum. Broke the previous low. Broke the previous low. Um, yeah, man, really expecting this thing to continue going down. Since we are kind of halfway towards our stop loss, we are gonna close half here just to be safe measures. Even if it does continue going down, we are gonna close half here. Um, and then manage our risk because it is retracing more than I expected it to be. So, just still anticipating for it to continue down, breaking the low, and then continue going down. GJ on the other hand is actually doing a pretty good job here, breaking above. This is exactly what we wanted for. So we'll probably wait for the next 30-minute candle to do the exact same thing. As long as this candle stays or closes above this range, and then wait for it to continue going towards the upside. However, like I said, really expecting this gold trade to work out. Um, really don't see why not, unless it was just, doing things that we can't control. If it's just doing things that we can't control, I mean, it is what it is. But usually in trade, this is a setup that I haven't really taken. It's sort of kind of just, uh, what's the word? Kind of testing it out, right? Liquidity all the way to the upside, right? Came all the way down. This is almost a 50 pip freaking wick. Is it a 50 pip wick? Yeah, literally almost a 50 pip wick, you know, sort of. Oh man, kind of. Yep, you got stopped out. Is what it is. Pretty tough. It was a pretty risky trade, but like I said, just expecting it to continue going down. Especially after this liquidity grab, but I guess just didn't have what it takes. I guess the probability wasn't there. Um, and yeah, man, I really expected this to continue going down. Wow, that's crazy. But I used the lower lot size, just for that reason. Used the lower lot size just for that reason. Only lost about 500 bucks on that one, which is okay. Um, and yeah, that's fine. We'll just wait till the next 1 hour, see if this 1 hour closes below or whatever the case is. And yeah, I mean, no emotions here, just waiting for moves to happen. 1 hour on GJ is looking amazing. Zoom out, zoom out. Yeah, if this 1 hour closes like this, expected the next 1 hour to come down, break above, continue going up. I'm currently down 2.7K. It's not bad. It's really not bad at all. I guess this just didn't have the probability to continue going down as soon as it broke this low, which I mean, it just made sense. Now imagine if this, you know, if it does now, that would be pretty crazy, bro. I'm pretty sure if this next 15-minute candle closes below here, wakes up, and then continues going down, that should be the better trade. But yeah, really, that's really it. Nothing more, nothing less. So I'll update you guys if I do take another entry. All right, guys. So as you guys know, we did take one trade today. Lost 500 bucks right here. These two trades on gold. Um, Essentially, just to explain this trade, you know, at the beginning of the, if you guys scroll to the beginning of this video, you guys will see that gold was in a range, and I mentioned that we would want to see a breakout, right? Kind of really, went away from that plan and took an impulse entry, based on a concept, like I said, that I was trying to try out or whatever the case. Took an impulse entry right around here as started to break the low because obviously this liquidity whipped towards the upside. Figured it was grabbing liquidity to continue going down. 4 hour candle was bearish. I believe the daily was bearish. Everything was showing bearish, but like I said, or as I see now, this range is just way too strong for gold to break. So looking for a higher time frame break of this zone rather than the lower time frame. You guys can see it's just straight rejection, straight rejection. So I didn't even enter. I just left it, called it a day. I It was a good thing. One good point I would point out is I did use a lower lot size. I only used a five lot size because, like I said, I was just trying something new. This thing on GJ right now. I'm gonna explain this on GJ right now. Um, yeah, so gold was just ranging today. GJ on the other hand was pretty nice. Not gonna lie to you, pretty nice. As you guys can see, I was trying to see how this trade would play out. If I would have taken this trade right now, I would have made 10 pips, but I didn't, and I'll explain that right now. So when we came into the charts, I was like, all right, cool. We're coming down. We broke this strong rejection zone, and the higher time frames were coming down. And when I came to the charts, we were printing this candle right here. So I was like, all right, we're forming support right here. So we're probably gonna just do another little pullback, how I did right here, and to continue going down to these ranges over here. I guess that just didn't happen. And as soon as this candle right here, this candle, as you guys can see, this candle grabbed liquidity from the downside, broke the high on a 30-minute here, and then continue going up, which made sense because obviously grabbed liquidity, broke the high, formed support over here, clearance to the left hand side. Okay, cool, right? I really did not expect it to break this level right here. I really didn't expect it because of all these rejections here to the left hand side. I was like, all right, it's gonna probably, reject and then continue going down. At first rejected, but then the next 30-minute candle broke above, right? And then here, obviously, I did have buys above, but it went up a little too high, higher than I wanted to, um, and I just didn't take this trade. And plus, this was the new 4-hour candle, 9 a.m. 4-hour candle, and it broke the high in the first couple of minutes. And I've gotten burned so many times when taking trades like that that I just stayed away from it. And as you guys can see, um, we came right back down to this level. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna wait for perhaps a pullback right towards the upside because now, if we look at the 4-hour, if we look at the 4-hour, the previous 4-hour, I would say it engulfed the previous 4-hour, right? So I was like, okay, now we're in a bullish environment. Maybe we're gonna do a nice little pullback or whatnot, but we're definitely in a bullish environment as of right now, as of this time frame that we're at in like on this day, like the part of this day, right? So I was like, okay, cool, cool, whatever the case is. This just looks like beautiful to continue going down, honestly. Wanted to take that. Anyways, so yeah, so then we came back down. As you guys can see, this 1 hour closed right below the range again. It closed right below the range again. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I was only looking to take sales. So I guess, I guess it did a 50 pip pullback to now continue coming down, right? So now the moment that we broke, right here on the 30-minute, I was looking on the 15-minute. The moment that we broke, I was like, okay, cool. Let's see what happens now, right? Let's see what happens now. I expected this 15-minute candle to wick up as it did and then break the low, right? And I had the sell whatever figure, I guess you want to call it. I had the sell figure right here before because I was like, okay, I'm just gonna look at this trade because it was like 9:55, like the new 1 hour candle is gonna come in and whatever the case is. So you know, I guess that it just didn't matter and then continued going down. And if I would have taken this trade, we would have been up 12 pips as of right now, which is more than enough. Um, but I didn't. That's just the reality of it. I didn't. Today was a tough day for me. At least I caught like with my psychology because, like I said, I've been out for 4 days. 2 of those days I haven't traded, so I really expected gold to perform that move that I expected it to, but I guess it just did. The probability wasn't there. Um, so this is where my psychology starts coming in. This is what I've realized every challenge that I take, right? I go on a huge losing streak, right? When I release the video of all the challenges that I've taken, I go on this huge, huge losing streak, right? And then that's when I continue that losing streak because I'm like, oh man, I can't win. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't catch a win. I can't, what am I doing wrong? And then I start taking entries that I shouldn't take, and I've just learned from it so much to the point, there was one time where I went down 8% on the account because I was like, oh, I can't catch a win, I can't catch a win. So if it's going, if it didn't go the way that I expected it to, so it's gonna go the other way. You know what I'm saying? So my head became clouded, my psychology became clouded. So something that just because I'm the type of person to take the positive out of the negatives always. At this point in my previous accounts, I would have been down way more than what's this? Let's see. Can we pull up the? Here we go. 2787 divided by 200,000. I would have been way down 1.3%, right? I would have been probably like 3%, 4% at this point. So I'm proud of myself that I've been keeping my losses small, regardless if they haven't been. This is probably my biggest loss, really. This 430, yeah, it is my biggest loss, actually. It's my biggest loss, right? So pretty proud of myself for keeping my losses small. I know that once I start getting back in the groove, because I always do, like the second half of my challenge, I always start to get back in the groove of things. Um, once I get start to get back in the groove, I know that these losses are gonna be canceled out with literally maybe 4 or 5 wins, maybe less, depending on what the market gives me. Just gotta be smarter. Gotta go tonight and review, and just really like I have to print out a paper of my rules and place it somewhere where I could just see it instead of just having it in a file here somewhere on the computer, and just going off the top of my head. So that I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna call it a day. The move here on GJ already happened. No moves on gold or whatnot. Took my biggest loss of the challenge thus far. But to say that my biggest loss was $439, you know, on a $200,000 account, I mean that's just if we weren't counting all the other losses, if we weren't counting all the other losses, and we were just counting this loss based on a percentage of 200,000, right? Times 100, that's 0.2% of the account, right? That's honestly that's awesome. That's awesome to say that my biggest loss was $439. So I'm really proud of myself. Regardless if I'm not getting a win, I'm showing progress in comparison to all of my other challenges and managing my risk. And yeah, man, it's just the beginning of the month. I still have until I have this whole entire week. I have this whole entire week, and then I believe on the 16th is when my challenge ends. So I have a lot of days. So there's no need to rush. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to rush. The main purpose is to try to get us back on track, back in profits, right? And then from there we go and try to reach the market goal if we have enough time by then. But just the overall story, like moral of the story, keep your losses small, man. Keep your losses. If you don't feel comfortable, or if you are trying a new idea out, whatever the case is, use a lower lot size. It's okay. You know, I'm, I've used a 20 lot. I haven't even used a 20 lot. This whole entire, I tried to use a 20 lot, but I haven't even used a 20 lot. This whole entire plan, right? And I mean, this whole entire what would I say? FTMO challenge, right? So it's like, it's okay. You're not, just trade what you are comfortable trading with. Keep your losses small and keep your wins bigger. Just really the moral of the story is only Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We're gonna get ready. We're gonna get prepared to see what's going to happen. Look at gold. If the gold breaks this, it's gonna continue going down, and it's finally gonna break out of this range, right? But anyways, like I said, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys learned something from this. I'm learning, progressing in my career, progressing with my psychology. Could have taken other trades, but my psychology was just too messed up. Like I was just like kind of pissed off about this loss I took here on gold. But it's my first day back. It's my first day trading of the week, so we have 3 more days left in the week, plus next week, plus a little bit of the week after that. So, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna chill and just take what is given, right? Oh my goodness, look at this. It's finally breaking. I mean, quick analysis here before we go. Oh my gosh, dude, look, there it is. There it is. I mean, I guess quick analysis is, we had this top of the range, right? And then we came down, sort of formed the resistance right here, sort of as a high, higher low, and then now, continuing that movement towards the downside. Awesome move, awesome, awesome move. It is what it is, though. I'm done for the day. I'll see you guys on tomorrow's FTMO recap.